What are the punishments for drunk driving?
It's the same as drink driving. The limits are set. You're allowed to have a kind of minute amount of substances in your system, but it's set at such a low level. It just about gets past the reality that you might have had in your system due to passive inhalation because somebody next to you was smoking. So there is a level, but once you exceed that level, then it's a straightforward 12-month ban. Once you exceed a limit for these substances, you are facing a disqualification. It's usually capped at 1 year. You know, it's a 1 year ban for that. Drink driving is kind of graded depending on levels, but in drug driving at the moment, it's 12 months. Road traffic it's something that really affects people a great deal. I mean, what you discover with road traffic is that it means a lot to people, because if they're being prosecuted for drink driving or sometimes drug driving, dangerous driving, careless driving, whatever, speeding, the consequences of those things are pretty severe sometimes for people. And the people that I tend to represent all tend to be quite nervous of court. They've never been to court, and they're, in some cases, really quite sometimes petrified about court. So a lot of what I do is try and walk them through that process of what to expect on that day and the next day perhaps. But I try and guide them through the process because it's completely alien to them. They've never been there. One of the major ways now that people are being stopped for drink or drug driving is what's known as a mandatory intoxilizer checkpoint. And these things are set up at specific places at specific times on specific dates. The guards are given permission in writing from an inspector, and the inspector will say that on this date, in this place, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. or whatever it is, I want a checkpoint set up. And so once they have that authorization from an inspector to set up a checkpoint, they're authorized to stop and get anybody to give a sample of their saliva, whether or not they think that person is intoxicated or otherwise. You could be perfectly fine, but they can ask you to provide a specimen of your saliva using a device that they give you, and you must provide it.